This is Team 3. My name is Xavier Versi. We have Ricardo Charleston, Gabriel Senville, and we're going to talk about the electric cars. What are electric cars? Basically, electric cars they run on electricity instead of gasoline. When you turn on the electric cars, it's basically silent. You don't hear the much noise as a gasoline engine. The electric cars are replaced gasoline engine by the electric motor. We have the electric motor gets the power from the controller, and the controller gets the power from the rechargeable battery. I'm going to talk about the history of the electric cars. In 1832 to 1839, Robert Anderson, who was a Scottish inventor, invents the first crude electric carriage power by a non-rechargeable power cell, primary cell. In 1859, we have a Gaston Plante, who invents a rechargeable lead acid storage battery. And we have in 1881 Camille Faure improved the storage battery ability, and also invents the lead acid battery in automobiles. In 1891 we have a William Morris, who was an American who built the first electric car. He had the capacity to hold 6 passengers and had a speed of 14 miles per hour.
All right, my name is Gabriel Saintville, and I'll be speaking about the present state of the electrical car. The present day state of the electrical car is more influential now than when it was created in the late 19th century due to the advancement in batteries and energy storage. There's a better driving experience in terms of smoothness on the road with a vibration-free ride. Nowadays, you can travel far, go up to 60 to 120 miles before a recharge. Now, the pros in owning an electrical car is less pollution that can harm the environment, in turn reduces the greenhouse gas emission. It's easier to drive and considerably quiet compared to the combustible engine. The government rewards new electrical car owners with a $7,500 tax return break. And the motor can weigh up to 100 pounds. So it's a really small motor. Now, the cons in owning an electrical car is the parts and the labor can range from up to $40,000, which is very expensive. The batteries can cost as low as $2,000 and $5,000 for a lead acid battery, or for the best brand, you can have a lithium ion or a nickel metal hydrate battery with the cost of $20,000 and $30,000. The battery can take up to 200 charges, and that's it. And that can last up to 50 to 200 miles per drive. The batteries have a tendency to catch fire and occasionally explode in accidents, which is dangerous for drivers. One of the leading car makers, Nissan, has invented a Nissan Leaf. Leaf, which stands for Leading Environmental Friendly Affordable Family Car. The charging system in the Leaf is fast and gives a battery up to 80% in 30 minutes of charge. The yearly driving cost with an average of 500 miles per week is $600. One of the next leading electrical car maker is Tesla. Tesla was established in 2003 by an engineer named Martin Eberhard and Mark Tapperning. They introduced the all-electric car Tesla Roadster in 2006. It consists of 7,000 batteries under the hood, similar to a laptop. It held the record high mile of 311 on one charge. It has a high-power charger that charges the battery in full by 3.5 hours, or a slow charge of 48 hours from a wall socket. And the maintenance consists of rotating a tire and topping off your washer fluid.
My name is Ricardo Charleston. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the future development. The Department of Energy is working with its partners, like public and private sectors, to conduct a few research in some key areas like battery performance, the grid integration, environmental and market analysis, advanced vehicle testing for the improvement of future developments. Battery performance is critical to all electric cars. Researchers are trying to develop technologies that afford energy and power densities without having to sacrifice performance. And they're also looking to see if they can replace the batteries that they're using now, the lithium ion, by silicon-based cathodes and lithium sulfur for a longer life, and try to see if they can get the batteries to charge at a minimum amount of time. Our electronic devices, all electric cars required power electronic device to help them with the propulsion of the vehicle. And it is just because they simply want everything to last longer, to work better, either by themselves or with the help of internal combustion engine. And they want them to become more efficient and more reliable in the future. Now let's take a look at grid integrations. The DOE and its partners, they're also looking to see how they can having more charging infrastructure around. Now let's say in America they only have around 10,000 charging stations compared to over 120,000 gas stations. They will try to see how they can facilitate the consumer to get access to clean energy from renewable sources. And they're also working on introducing wireless inducting mats, which is a really cool idea, where you're gonna have those installed in those parking lots where the consumers won't have to plug in the car, but they can just park in the spot and the car will be charged in a reasonable amount of time. And this will bring a lot of satisfaction for drivers. Now, looking at the environmental and market analysis aspect, like we already know, all the benefits that come with an electric car compared to a gasoline engine. Researchers are trying to see how they can reduce the operating costs so they can make electric cars more affordable to the market in the near future. And they're also trying to make people understand, and they're also trying to maximize the benefits that come with it, not just for us, but as well for the environment. The DOE's advanced vehicle testing activities, the researchers are using these procedures to accurately measure the performance of any light, mid, or heavy-duty electrical vehicle that they might have in the future. And they're also making sure that the infrastructure, they responded to the amount of electric vehicles that will be available out there. They will fit the criteria. They will be able to charge at a reasonable time. I mean, in a nutshell, so everybody can be happy. And they're also focusing on having all the electric cars that will be available to be more efficient, more reliable, and affordable. In conclusion, the importance of electric car for now is not as dominant, but in the future, the research and technology will enable it to be more cost effective and dependable in battery performance. Thank you.